Hello everyone and welcome to the second edition of Mojacar Magazine. Thanks again for all the positive reactions last week. We had about 750 viewers and I don't think that's bad for a first time. We got rid of the jokes this week because we haven't found a good stand-up comedian yet, so if you know anyone, please let me know. Now let's quickly start with our first item, Artist of the Week, as usual presented by our friend Herman Primus. Salut tout le monde, bienvenue dans la deuxième édition de Mojacar Magazine. Merci encore pour toutes les réactions positives de la semaine dernière. Nous avons eu environ 750 téléspectateurs et je ne pense pas que ce soit mauvais pour la première fois. Nous nous sommes débarrassés des blagues cette semaine parce que nous n'avons pas encore trouvé un bon stand-up comedian. Donc, si vous connaissez quelqu'un, mais en anglais, please. Commençons rapidement par notre première chronique, artiste de la semaine, comme d'habitude, présentée par notre ami Herman Primus.
Another difficult choice this week, but I've gone for Yakunde Reggae as the featured artist of the week. And here he is, playing at Tito's Beach Bar 2 years ago. Hope you enjoy.
I wanna know now. I'm willing to neighbor. My girl on your table. I wanna love you. I wanna love and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together here. From the roots right of the parade, we share the shelter of my simple bed. We share the same room down. What you have from the heart today? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, love that I'm feeling? Oh yes I know, yes I know, yes I know now. I wanna know now.
Thank you Herman, and we are already curious who will be your guest next week. Last week I could do the item 7 days in 5 minutes just within the 5 minutes, but this week I'm not sure. The changed corona measures gave us a lot to report, but here we go, the week in 5 minutes. Merci Herman, et nous sommes déjà curieux qui tu vas nous présenter la semaine prochaine. La semaine dernière, j'ai pu faire la rubrique 7 jours en 5 minutes, mais juste en 5 minutes. Mais cette semaine, je ne suis pas sûr. À cause des changements de mesures Corona, il y a beaucoup à signaler, mais c'est parti quand même la semaine en 5 minutes. Hello everybody, here is our popular item 7 days in 5 minutes with a lot of Corona news. To start off, a little bit of European Corona news. Italy's move into phase 2 follows only 174 deaths on last Sunday, the lowest figure since the lockdown went into effect on March 10. Prime Minister Conte has announced a staggered reopening. Italians were back on the street today as the country lifted the longest lockdown in Europe. In Venice, St. Mark's Square was full of people again. Trains and platforms were busy again in Milan with more than 4 million people expected to return to work. Thermal cameras scanned the body temperature of commuters arriving at a station in Milan, and the market in Turin reopened with social distancing rules today. Passengers in protective masks line up after arriving on a train in Naples, and a woman wearing a face mask pours beer from a tap. We are waiting for the same picture from Spain. Elsewhere, hundreds of thousands of children returned to school in Germany today, where older children are being given priority as they prepare for summer. Meanwhile, Portugal has lifted its state of emergency and is allowing small shops to reopen today, although with €350 fines for anyone who fails to wear a mask. In France, people wearing masks can keep their distance on a metro train in Paris, where people are still required to fill out certificates to justify their need to travel. In Spain, pedestrians, cyclists and runners took the streets all across Spain as confinement restrictions were partially lifted after 48 days of near total lockdown. The Spanish Health Ministry provided more details about the de-escalation of coronavirus confinement measures, explaining that during Phase 1, which will begin on May 11, up to 10 people will be able to meet either in the open air or in their homes, provided that they maintain an interpersonal distance of 2 meters. Cafes and restaurants with a terrace can also reopen, albeit at 50% of their usual capacity. Indoor space can be reopened on May 25 with limited capacity. Open-air markets will be limited to 25% of their usual capacity. Under Phase 3, which begins June 8, citizens will be able to go to the beaches, provided they observe safety and distancing conditions. In Barcelona, 2 hairdressers were wearing full face shields as well as masks in their styling salon. In Cadiz, meanwhile, surfers took the waves at the Santa Maria del Mar beach after the local mayor announced that he would allow it. The fines for breaking the lockdown laws range from €600 up to €10,000. During the first months of lockdown, more than 500,000 penalties were issued by government forces across Spain. Over 5,000 people were also arrested. During last weekend, 35,000 people were fined and 235 arrested for not complying with the new walking and sport rules. Not everyone is happy with the new rules. This also applies to the hotel sector, which considers opening hotels in Phase 1 as nonsensical and unprofitable. Hotels may be open from May 11, but with restrictions that public areas such as swimming pools, gardens, lounge, bar and restaurant must remain closed. Despite the fact that it's allowed to reopen at this stage of the de-escalation, there are many hotel owners who do not want to open or have already decided to keep the doors closed this season. Spain made masks mandatory on public transport to prevent a new wave of coronavirus infections as it starts lifting lockdown measures. Spain's government will distribute 6 million masks across the country's main transport hubs and supply another 7 million to local authorities. From Monday 4, agencias inmobiliarias were allowed to receive customers again by appointment in Spain. There must be a social distance and hygiene rules must be observed. However, what is not yet allowed is to visit homes. Alicante, Benidorm and Torrevieja have decided to open several beaches for residents to walk, do sports and carry out water activities. Swimming in the sea is currently still forbidden. Andalusia is to ask permission from Madrid to open its beaches from May 25. The opening of the beaches would carry a full host of security measures, including the enforcing of social distancing, security-controlled access and exit points, capacity limits, sifting of the sand each morning, strict opening and closing times, and removal of mattresses from sunbeds. You have to bring your own towel. What dates do airlines expect flights to resume? Here are some dates of the major airlines expect to start running flights again. Jet2 said it will not be restarting any flights until June 17. Ryanair has currently suspended around 99% of its flights and won't resume travel if it's forced to keep the middle seat empty. O'Leary said he expects 80% of its flights scheduled to resume by September if flights in Europe begin again in early July. However, this will only be the case if it's allowed to use all of the seats on its plane. British Airways is currently running a limited number of flights for essential workers, but has yet to announce a date when it expects its full schedule to be back running. Virgin Atlantic has been running a limited schedule for essential flights. Customers are able to amend their booking until 30 June. Suggesting flights are likely to remain on hold until then. TUI holidays are likely to remain on hold until later in the year, with all holidays up to and including 14 May. EasyJet has said that its resuming flights will not be considered until after May. KLM started operating daily flights to Madrid and Barcelona. From May 11, it's mandatory to wear a mouth mask while flying. The mouth masks are not included in the ticket price. Typical Dutch. On 30 May, the European Commission must make a decision on whether or not to reopen airspace within the European Union. This date has been confirmed by Ministers Ilya of Health and Abalos of Transport, but ministers also indicate that if the EC does not take a decision on that date, Spain will be forced to take measures itself, even if they are not in line with those of the European Union and other EU countries. Aer Lingus has said it will be reviewing procedures after images of a crowded flight with no social distancing appeared online. The images were taken by a passenger on the flight between Belfast and London. Passenger Sean Mellon, who was flying to Heathrow for work, told that around 95% of the seats in the flight were filled. There was no social distancing whatsoever, he said. A small earthquake has struck Andalusia. The epicenter of the seismic event was 35 kilometers north of Granada. The quake measured 2.9 on the Richter scale, and there were no reports of injuries or damage to personal property. Spain was in a short heat wave this week, with temperatures higher than what is normal for the time of the year. There were maximums of 37 degrees in Andalusia. There is an initiative to help the bars and restaurants that are struggling. On the Save the Bars site, you can buy a €20 coupon that you can exchange for €25 consumptions at your favorite bar or restaurant when the lockdown is over. In any case, Badgers in Mojacar is already participating. A round of applause from health professionals at the hospital in Huércal Overa when they saw of the last patient suffering from coronavirus who was left in the intensive care unit while he was being transported to the room after being diagnosed as improving. And to avoid all misunderstandings, the dog can officially come along when you go for a walk. Baloo will thank us for that. Holland found a good solution for receiving guests in a restaurant, no problems with social distance and quite cozy as well. Have a look at the pictures. And we found a very good explanation on the internet why you should wear masks. So please wear a mask. And this was a week in 5 minutes. Until next week. Last week we had an interview with Adrian, the presenter of the coronavirus news. This week someone we all know very well because of his very accurate presentation of the lockdown rules. From the town hall in Mojacar, Lucas Mayo. La semaine dernière, nous avons eu une interview avec Adrian, l'hôte de l'actualité du virus corona. Et cette semaine, quelqu'un que nous connaissons très bien maintenant, en raison de sa présentation très précise des règles de lockdown. Lucas Mayo de la mairie de Mojacar. Welcome Lucas Mayo to Mojacar Magazine, and thank you for finding some time to do this interview, because in the last 8 weeks you have been very busy updating us about the coronavirus and the lockdown rules. But first of all, a personal question. You were born in Mojacar, but you are English, aren't you?
It's a little bit more complex. I wasn't actually born in Mojacar, although on my Facebook it does put I'm from Mojacar because I consider myself to be from Mojacar. I was actually born in England, in Ealing, near London.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But you're living a long time already in Mojacar.
I first came to Mojacar when I was 4 years old in 1974, so yes, it's been some time.
Oh yeah, then you're from Mojacar. You can say.
Yeah.
Lucas, I had, of course, a look at your Facebook page, and I saw that you have a consultancy agency, but you're also working for Town Hall. Isn't that difficult to combine these days?
At this moment in time, it's becoming very difficult, yes, because the town hall issues with all this coronavirus is taking up a lot of time. But I feel it's my duty and important to keep the foreign population as informed as possible.
Yeah, and you do a very good job, I can tell you that, Lucas.
Thank you.
When you look back at the past 8 weeks, what was the top 3 of most asked questions?
Basically the most asked question, and still continues to be, is always about travel. Always about travel. Be it initially about coming back to Spain if they were away, or getting away from Spain to where they normally reside out of Spain. Mm-hmm. I don't mean getting away from Spain in a mean manner. Always related to travel, and even still today it's, can 2 people go in the car? Can we go here? Can we go there? The continued one is travel. Number two on the list. Really, it's basically been travel and further explanation of any of the rules that have been coming into force. There hasn't really been a main one after that. A lot of people with worries about the situation, but there's been a lot of questions, but no real one that stands out above travel.
Okay. Personally, I have the impression, Lucas, that explaining the rules and regulations becomes more and more difficult, because stay home is easy to explain. But
yes.
The new rules, they can be interpreted in many different ways. What is your impression about this evolution?
This is a problem we continue to encounter, the interpretation, because any rule that's open to interpretation becomes a problem. Because you can interpret it one way, but the man with the green suit or the blue suit that stops you on the road or wherever may interpret it a different manner, and then we have a problem. I try to, when I explain the rules, I try to understand the gist behind the rule, what the person who wrote the rule was thinking about, shall we say, what the Spanish government really had in mind, and I try to get that message across.
Yeah, and I think you do a very good job with that, Lucas. So I can tell to all people, please visit the Facebook page of Lucas, because he got really the right information for you. Lucas, thanks a lot for explaining things to the viewers of Mojacar Magazine, and I wish for you, me and the whole of Mojacar a quick ending of this horrible coronavirus situation.
Let's hope so, Ron. I'm very pleased to be able to help you in any way possible. I wish you all the best and for your Mojacar Magazine, and I do really hope you continue this after the coronavirus, because if one thing I think we've learned from all this, the vast importance of communication.
Yes, you're right, Lucas. Thanks a lot and have a nice evening.
You're welcome. Everybody have a nice evening. Take care.
As long as we are still looking at corona statistics every day, we often need the help of someone who can show us around the numbers. And we have that expert, Nigel Breder. This week again, his interpretation of the latest facts and figures. It's up to you, Nigel. Tant que nous travaillons toujours sur les statistiques corona, tous les jours, nous avons souvent besoin de l'aide de quelqu'un qui peut nous montrer les chiffres. Nous avons cet expert, Nigel Breder. Cette semaine encore, son interprétation des derniers chiffres. C'est à toi, Nigel.
Hi again, it's Nigel Breder here with an update on the coronavirus statistics. Although the number of infections continues to be quite high, over 3,000 for the last couple of days, the number of new deaths continues to go down, especially when you look at the 7-day rolling average figures, taking the average number of deaths over the last 7 days. Since the highest number of daily deaths were recorded of 950 on the 2nd of April, if you look at the 7-day rolling average figures since the 3rd of April, when the average was 686, this daily average has reduced 31 times out of 34 to a current average of 218. The total number of deaths as on the 2nd of May was 26,070, which is 10% of the total number of cases. If you compare this to the UK, they've had 30,076 deaths, being 15% of the total number of cases. If you look at the UK's 7-day rolling average figures for deaths since their highest average of 943 on the 14th of April, this average has actually reduced 20 times out of 23 to a current average of 472. Looking near to home in Andalusia, the total number of deaths now stands at 1,294. Looking at the 7-day rolling average figures since the 12th of April, when the average was 47, this has reduced every day except for 2 days to a current average of just 12. Finally, in Almeria, the total deaths stand at 49, and there has been no deaths now for 6 days. I hope that's been interesting for you. Bye for now.
Thank you, Nigel, for your crystal clear explanation, and see you next week. Last week you met Anne, our Belgian chef, who taught us how to make petit pain, as she called it. And this week we have a chef from Switzerland who teaches you how to make abondigas. Here is our chef, Claude. Merci Nigel pour ton explication et à la semaine prochaine. La semaine dernière, vous avez rencontré Anne, notre chef belge, qui nous a appris à faire des petits pains. Et cette semaine, nous avons un chef suisse qui vous apprend à faire des abondigas. Voici notre chef Claude.
Bienvenue aujourd'hui sur Mojacar Magazine, où je vous propose des boulettes de viande, appelées en espagnol albondigas. Pour ça, vous aurez besoin de 400 g de viande hachée mélangée porc et bœuf, pour environ 3 personnes, un oignon émincé fin, 2 dents d'ail, 20 g de pain que vous aurez préalablement trempé dans un peu de lait, du sel, du poivre, de la pâte de basilic, du persil, une boîte de pulpe de tomate et un peu de farine. Voilà, maintenant on va commencer la préparation des boulettes. Alors, j'ai donc ma viande, je sale. Je poivre. Un peu de persil haché sec. L'ail. Alors l'ail, moi je dispose d'un presse-ail, et pour les personnes qui n'en ont pas, vous pouvez très bien le hacher tout fin au couteau. Voilà. Le pain que vous aviez trempé dans du lait qui était essoré pour éviter qu'il y ait trop de liquide dans la chair de la viande. Et est-ce que j'ai oublié de vous présenter au départ? Un œuf. On mélange bien le tout. Voilà. Maintenant, je m'attaque à mes boulettes. Donc, je fais des boulettes de la grosseur, environ de la grosseur d'une noix. Je les roule bien. et je les passe dans la farine pour éviter que lorsque je vais les griller, elles explosent dans la poêle. Voilà, les boulettes sont prêtes. J'ai fait chauffer 2 bonnes cuillères à soupe d'huile d'olive dans la cocotte et maintenant on va les rôtir. Voilà. Alors, les boulettes sont bien revenues, bien dorées. Maintenant, je vais les retirer. Voilà. Je mets mes oignons que j'avais émincés. Je les fais légèrement revenir sans les brûler, juste qu'ils deviennent translucides. Et je déglace avec un peu de vin blanc. Voilà, j'ai laissé réduire un petit peu le vin pour éliminer l'alcool. Et maintenant, je mets ma boîte de pulpe de tomate. Je mélange tout ça bien comme il faut. Voilà. Je mets maintenant un peu de pâte de basilic. Voilà. Et je termine avec une demi-boîte d'eau. Voilà. Je remets mes boulettes dans ma cocotte. Et je vais laisser mijoter à couvert pendant environ 40 minutes. Voilà les amis, les boulettes sont prêtes. Maintenant, nous allons les déguster avec un accompagnement de pommes de terre sautées et une bonne petite salade. Si vous préférez, vous pouvez agrémenter avec du riz ou des pâtes, selon votre goût. Lorsque vous les dégusterez, j'aimerais que vous ayez une pensée pour notre cher ami Alain, pour qui ce plat était l'un de ses préférés. À bientôt!
That looked very nice, Claude. Next week it will be Anne's turn again. Music lovers, pay attention, because here is another instrumental version of a famous Beatles song. On guitar, our friend Chris Pottle. Ça avait l'air très beau, Claude. La semaine prochaine, ce sera à nouveau le tour d'Anne. Music lovers font attention, car voici une autre version instrumentale d'une chanson des Beatles. À la guitare, notre ami Chris Pottle.
Hi, it's Chris here again. This week's Beatles song is Here, There and Everywhere. Hope you enjoy it.
That was very nice to watch and listen to, Chris. Thank you. Time for fashion now. Her Oasis store is open again for customers by appointment, so please give her a call and you can finally shop again. Here is Helen with Fashion Week. C'était très agréable de regarder et d'écouter Chris, merci beaucoup. Il est temps pour la mode maintenant. Son magasin Oasis est à nouveau ouvert, aux clients sur rendez-vous, alors appelez-la pour enfin faire de nouveau des shopping. Helen est ici avec le Fashion Week.
It's Helen again from Oasis Fashions. This week I want to bring to you this dress that I'm wearing. The dress I'm wearing is very lightweight, so perfect for now for the weather that's hotted up. And I want to show you that it's got a very small flat collar and a very, like a cuff around the sleeve. It's got 3 buttons down to this drawstring waist, which I pulled in to a very comfortable tightness, and I've put all the ruching, or most of it, round to the back, and it sits beautifully. Going down the dress, there is a frill here, okay, and at the bottom of the dress you'll notice that it's got what we call a dipped hem. So I'm going to turn very slowly to give you some idea of what the dress looks like. So it goes down at the back and then it comes up at the front. And I think it's very flattering shape on. With this, I would actually team it up with this necklace. Okay, it's got gold in it, so it tones very, very well. Now, I'd also put with it this gorgeous yellow bag. It matches beautifully to the dress with the tone of it, and also possibly a scarf. Obviously it's your choice, but the tone of this is very good, but it's very handy to have in hot weather, because what happens is you might need it for your arms, so it's always handy to have. Now, in addition to this, I have the shoes on my feet are Gladiator sandals. There's no toe posts, and they are exceptionally comfortable. They come in 3 colours. The gold, which is probably my first choice to wear with the dress, or the tan. Okay, now they're €20 a pair. I have this dress in 4 colours. The yellow I'm wearing, this gorgeous blue, rust, and last but no means least, this gorgeous green. All the shoes will match all the dresses. The dresses retail at €29, okay, and there's 20% off during the state of alarm. For this first phase 0, I'm opening by appointments only, and next week from the 11th of May we will see what the circumstances are, and I'll let you know on Facebook exactly what the opening will be. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Until next week with the latest fashion. Plants and flowers grow, corona or no corona. So here is our Belgian gardener Robert with our outdoor item Flowers of the Week. Merci Helen, jusqu'à la semaine prochaine avec la dernière mode. Les plantes et les fleurs poussent, corona ou pas corona. Voici notre jardinier belge Robert avec notre section Fleurs de la semaine.
Chers amis de Mojacar, bonjour. 53e jour de confinement. C'est donc toujours depuis la Belgique que je vous fais parvenir cette chronique en ce merveilleux jour de printemps. Nous avons été gratifiés cette année dans le nord d'un temps exceptionnellement ensoleillé et doux, ce qui a eu pour conséquence une explosion véritable de toute la végétation. Je vais vous en faire partager quelques images en espérant que celles-ci feront émerger en vous quelques souvenirs du passé. Renoncule, violette, pâquerette, myosotis, pissenlit, pensée, elle est bord, euchère, encolie, monnaie du pape, bleuet, clématite, magnolia, cerisier du Japon, cotinus, cytise, glédicien, érable du Japon, glycine. Pour compléter, voici quelques vues du parc du Keukenhof, parc floral en Hollande, à Lis, près de Amsterdam, qui vaut vraiment la visite. Sur une surface de 32 hectares sont plantés 7 millions de bulbes. Voilà, j'espère que ce petit voyage dans le Nord vous aura plu et je vous dis à bientôt.
That looked very nice, Robert. Until next week and hopefully soon back in Mojacar for Spanish flowers. After fashion and flowers, food. We have the latest news again. Who does food delivery or who does takeaway? Cela avait l'air très agréable, Robert, jusqu'à la semaine prochaine et j'espère bientôt de retour à Mojacar pour des fleurs espagnoles. Après la mode et les fleurs, nous avons de nouveau les dernières nouvelles sur les livraisons ou les plats à importer. Rules and regulations are changing fast. Last week we gave you some names of restaurants doing food delivery at home. This week, we can go out and collect our order. Takeaway is back in town. Here are the names that we know that do takeaway and or home delivery. Please call them and support our local restaurants in need. We won't publish McDo's and KFC's. Our list is probably not complete, but please have a look at the Facebook page of your favorite restaurant. Maybe they do takeaway as well. Ici sont les noms des restaurants qui font livraison à domicile ou takeaway. Here we go. Here are the names that we know. Marama, Dine in Mojacar, Gateway to India, La Pica, Maison de Cathy Iloïc, Mountains of the Moon, Neptuno, Osteria, Pig and Fig, La Sorpresa Tour voor frikandellen, Twister, Sotto Casa, Enrico, Hilario Imperial, El Nido, Bistro Vera Playa, Hannah's Kitchen, El Deseo, De Luigi Arboleas, Nuevo Trinidad, Apollo, The Headers, Memoli, Balti Towers, Mojacar, Gondola, Il Sushi, Sotto Casa, Badgers, La Formera and Bar La Union without logo, Cowboy Kenny being served by the cowgirls, and of course our friends from Montmartre. Good luck, Mehdi and Michel, et bon appétit. Thanks to the advertiser Mojacar for some of the names in their latest magazine. Thank you guys. Enjoy your meal and bon appétit. After all that food, it's of course time for sports and fitness. So here are Paul and Ali successively with sports and fitness tips that you can easily do at home. Après toute cette nourriture, c'est bien sûr le moment du sport et du fitness. Voici Paul et Ali successivement avec des conseils sportifs et fitness que vous pouvez facilement faire à la maison.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Ross, Master Trainer, and today we're going to continue looking at functional movement and mobility exercises. Today's exercise is going to be a reverse lunge for the beginner, intermediate and for the advanced. Now for the beginner, all you need to do is step your feet apart, engage your core, bend that back leg and drop those hips down just a little bit. See how you get on. Try doing 5 on one leg and 5 on the other. Each time see if you can push that leg a little bit further down. For your intermediates, we have more of a plyo move. From here you're standing up straight. You're going to inhale as you drop back. Try and drop that knee down as far as you can without touching the floor. Make sure that your front knee doesn't pass over your toes. Keep your shoulders back. To help with that, pull your hands up. You exhale as you come up. You inhale, come down the opposite leg. Exhale and inhale. Some of you guys might be quite advanced. So the advanced movement is a plyo reverse lunge. From here you start with your feet together. You inhale, drop back. And swap over each time. Exhale each time you come up. And see how you get on. Good luck everybody.
Afternoon everyone, I hope you've had a good day and week so far. So today I was thinking, about exercise, and we've all now had our first week out exercising. So we're going to be using muscles that we haven't used for a few weeks, if not longer. So I thought today we'd do some stretching. So it's really important that obviously we exercise, but it's also very, very important that we do actually stretch at the same time. Every single animal, when they wake up, they stretch. We should be following their lead. So here's a few stretches that I do personally. I suffer from some back issues. So if I'm cycling or running or walking for a great distance, I will actually feel some impingement in my back. So these are the exercises I do myself and may help you as well. So firstly, starting off in that all four position. Okay, so knees are open, knee in line with hip, hand in line with shoulder. And this is the cat cow or the cat camel. We'll tuck the belly button through to the spine and gently reverse the back and soften the lower back. We can soften the elbows as well, eye focus forward. So nice and gently lifting up, tucking that eye focus in towards the navel. Slowly drop, releasing and softening that lower back. So again, this is a really good one to do first thing in the morning, last thing at night, or any tightness. And drop, release. Last time, arching up, eye focusing towards the navel, and slowly drop, releasing through that lower back. Okay, so that's a really good one to do. So if we're not happy in sitting cross legs, have straight legs, or we can even be sat on those heels if that's more comfortable for you. Extend that arm and gently allow the arm to come across the body and stretch and lengthen out from that hip. And slowly release. And take through and stretch. And release. Take through and stretch. And again release. Take through and stretch. There's a couple here. So taking ourselves onto the back, lying down. First of all, having the heels down, inner thighs open, and from our neutral spine, we're going to press the back flat and lift. So we take away the gap underneath the back. So press the back flat and release. Press the back flat and release. So again, pelvic tilting, we can take into shoulder bridge, but this is our base position. Really nice to do on the bed on a soft surface. And gently extend the leg, draw that right leg in towards the chest, hand on the back of the thigh so we're not pulling through that joint. Hold it here. Again, we're looking about 30-40 seconds, stretching, release, and then go again. Try to increase the range if you can. And then we can have a double leg. Draw both those legs in towards the chest. And then obviously releasing and doing that single side here. Another really nice lower back stretch is knee and ankle together touching, taking the arms out a little bit wider, and we'll slowly drop the knees through to the right side, carefully turn the eye focus through to the left. Come to centre, taking the knees gently through to that left side, eye focus to right. So we're alternating, nice long diagonal back stretch. Come to centre, through to that right side. And centre, slowly through to that left side. And carefully draw back to centre. So there's a couple of exercises or stretch release exercises you can do for yourself at home, on the bed, or even on your sun lounger. Yeah, just don't fall off. So I hope those helped you. Again, if you want any more information on stretches, please just give us a shout. I'm more than happy to help anyone. Take care, and hope you have a really great rest of your day. Take care, bye.
Thank you, Paul and Ali. Tiring, but good for your body, I think. Our last section, Spotlight on. Last week it was Jill, and this week we put Debbie Davis in the limelight. Here is the girl with the silk voice, Debbie Davis. Merci Paul et Ali, fatigant mais bon pour ton corps, je pense. Notre dernière rubrique Spotlight. La semaine dernière c'était Jill et cette semaine nous avons mis Debbie Davis à l'honneur. Voici la vie avec la voix de soi, Debbie Davis.
My name is Debbie Davis, and this is the first time I've ever done a sort of selfie recording. I was classically trained initially, and I started singing lessons in 2009 because I saw my 50th birthday was looming, and I thought I'd better do something. And later that year, I won an award in the Scottish Jazz Awards. So that's my biggest singing achievement. So since then, I've had a show at the Edinburgh Jazz Festival. I performed several times there. And the Ritz-Carlton Istanbul, and I had a residency at the Hilton Hotel in Edinburgh for about 5 years. So although I'm a jazz musician, I like lots of different music. So I do jazz, blues, soul. Very recently, because I've been doing this lockdown show, I've been trying my hand at different things. So I've tried a bit of R&B, and I think I'm sort of okay at that. But it's up to you to judge. And my biggest influence, Nancy Wilson, Little Jimmy Scott. Oh, probably Stevie Wonder. I think they're fabulous. So anyway, have a listen. I hope you like the music. Bye-bye.
Now you say you're lonely. You cry the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Your love. tonight. I don't wanna fuss and fight. I just wanna make it right. Ooh, there's work to do. Wanna get real close to you. Wanna get you in the mood. All the things you want to do. Just relax and I'll take care of you. And anytime you want me, I'm saying that I love you every day. And I know that you love me, baby, admit it. Give me all your love and don't stop. My love's waiting when you reach the top. Oh, one thing wasn't funky, standard. Playing in the rock and roll band. I never had no problem burning down the one night stand. Had everything around me. Everything around me. Got to stop the feeling so low. And I decided quickly. To just go down and check out the show. Yeah, there were dancing and singing and moving to the groove. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and played that funky music, white boy. Played that funky music, white. Played that funky music, white boy. Lay down the groovy and play that funky music to the side. To the side, yeah, to the side. I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is alright with me. Because you make me feel so brand new. Oh, I want to spend my whole life with you. So, baby, let's stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. The autumn leaves are down my window. The autumn leaves in red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, those amber hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow so long, and still I hear those winter songs, and I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves begin to fall, and down the groovy I play that funky music for you. Thank you, lovely dancers. Thank you, lovely dancers.
Thank you very much.
C'est déjà fini, la deuxième édition de Mojacar Magazine. Vous pouvez toujours regarder la rediffusion sur la page Facebook de notre magasin et les likes sont toujours appréciés. Et je souhaite à tous un bon week-end et la semaine prochaine peut-être une belle visite en famille ou entre amis ou une bière dans votre café préféré. Mais attention, distance sociale et masque lorsque vous buvez une cerveza. Rendez-vous la semaine prochaine avec un nouveau Mojacar Magazine. It's already over. The second edition of Mojacar Magazine. You can always watch the replay on Facebook page of our magazine, and likes are always allowed. I wish you all a nice weekend, and maybe next week a visit to family or friends, or a beer in your favorite pub. But watch out, social distance and masks when you drink a cerveza. See you next week with a new issue of Mojacar Magazine. Take care.